Tennis is supposed to be one of the most neutral sports on earth. Usually no national flags on jerseys, no anthems after victories, just 2 or 4 players a court and the sound of the ball. But every now and then, politics crosses the net. This is a story of how geopolitical tensions have made their way into tennis. Not in speeches or protests, but in match withdrawals, denied entries, and silent boycotts of players from Israel. Let's start with one of the most prominent cases. Malik Jaziri, Tunisia's top player of the time. In 2013, Jaziri was scheduled to face Israeli player Amir Weintraub in a challenger event in Tashkent. But before the match could happen, he withdrew from the match, and it was later found that it was at the behest of the Tunisian Tennis Federation who ordered him to withdraw. Jaziri complied, and the match never took place. 2 years later, in 2015, a similar situation unfolded, this time at the Open Sud de France, where Jaziri was due to face Israel's Dudi Sela in singles, and possibly Jonathan Ehrlich in doubles. He withdrew again, citing an elbow injury, but the pattern raised red flags. Interestingly, Dudi Sela later defended Jaziri, saying the two had trained together in the past and had no personal issues between them. According to Sela, the pressure wasn't coming from the player, but from above. The fallout was immediate. The International Tennis Federation suspended Tunisia from the Davis Cup for 1 year, emphasizing that national federations must not interfere with player competition. But this wasn't the first time politics interrupted tennis. In 2009, Israeli player Shahar Pe'er was denied a visa to the Dubai Tennis Championships, sparking global outrage. Top players like Venus Williams and Andy Roddick criticized the decision, with Roddick even pulling out of the tournament in protest. The WTA fined the tournament, and for a time, the issue dominated headlines. Interestingly, just days later, Israeli doubles player Andy Ram was granted a visa to compete in the men's event, a move seen as damage control amid mounting pressure. Around the same time, a Davis Cup tie nearly didn't happen. In 2009, Sweden was drawn to play Israel in a World Group Davis Cup tie in Malmö. Local politicians pushed for the event to be cancelled or played behind closed doors, citing political tensions and security concerns. The match eventually went ahead, but without fans. A Davis Cup tie played in total silence, not because of COVID or weather, but because of politics. Even in lower-profile events, the trend continued. In 2009, Mohammad Mohazabnia, an Iranian player, withdrew from his scheduled match against Israel's Tomer Hodorov at a futures event in Kenya. No public statement was made, but it followed Iran's long-standing policy of avoiding competition against Israeli athletes in international sport. And then there was the 2006 Fed Cup, where the national team of Indonesia refused to play Israel. The tie was originally scheduled to take place in Tel Aviv, but the Indonesian government pulled its team out, citing security and political objections. The result? Israel advanced by walkover. Israel went on to defeat Canada and Austria, entering the 2008 Fed Cup World Group quarterfinals, the country's best ever run in the competition. An international boycott became a springboard. The issue isn't limited to traditional tour tennis. In a 2022 Wheelchair Open, Iraqi players Nasser Mahdi and Mohammad Al-Mahdi withdrew from their doubles match against Israeli pair Adam Berdachevsky and Sergey Lisov. As with other cases, no official reason was offered, but the pattern matched prior politically motivated withdrawals. Even when matches go ahead, politics can creep into presentation. At the 2014 Malaysian Open, Israeli player Julia Glushko competed as usual, but something was missing. Her nationality and Israeli flag were removed from the WTA's official site at the request of local organizers. The data was later restored. But for a brief time, a player's identity was erased because it didn't align with the host nation's politics. These stories aren't isolated. They span continents, formats, decades, and sports other than tennis, too. From the junior circuit to the Grand Slams, from national boycotts to silent substitutions, the tension between sport and statecraft is palpable. And at the heart of it all are the players. Some pressured to withdraw, others denied a chance to compete, and many just wanting to play. Tennis, like all global sports, strives to remain apolitical, but the world often has other plans. So, what happens when national policy clashes with personal ambition? When a match isn't cancelled due to injury, but because of identity? There are no easy answers, only real consequences. We're not here to take sides, but to tell the stories, and sometimes the most powerful stories in tennis aren't about who wins or loses, but about who never gets to play at all. If you found this insightful, subscribe for more such deep dives into tennis stories that go beyond the scoreboard, because sometimes the game isn't just about the game.